Now,
I keep waiting for her to walk through the door.
the parents of Samantha Josephson, who was killed after getting into a car she mistook for an Uber, remember their daughter and are speaking out to make ride-sharing more safe.
Also on today's show,
I promise to fight for the living.
winter is here and fans are going wild for the final season premiere of Game of Thrones.
The BTS Army can't get enough of the K-pop group's historic performance on SNL.
Plus, Jackie Evancho is here with her brand new music.
And Justin Roberts joins us with his new music video.
Live today on People Now.
Way too much for me.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to People Now. Good to see you. Good to see you, Nicole.
Good to see you too. Happy
There we
Monday.
go.
Are we
We're
fist bumping or
hands.
shaking hands? All of it. Boom, there it is. Yeah.
Last night was the night for all our Game of Thrones fans out there. There's a few in here, yes? Real pumped for it. The final season's premiere, and it was wild.
Super duper wild. We've been waiting 2 years for this, so we're wondering if the premiere episode was everything that you hoped for and more. Vote right now in our People poll or just tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow.
Lots of questions were answered. And we're going to take a look at the results a little later. Now let's break it all down. Get ready. Winter, finally here. Game of Thrones, biggest show on TV, as we said, returning Sunday night, sending fans around the world into a frenzy. Got to see a lot of the reunions that we were looking forward to since the trailers dropped. An epic episode full of epic grandeur and some major confrontations. As we jump in here, Mako, why don't you kick us off?
Let me kick you off. Okay, so before we get started, you guys, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I thought I'd say that 3 times. We're gonna be talking all about the episode, so don't say that we didn't warn you. Let's start off with the reunions. Oh my God. How long have we waited for the Stark clan to reunite at Winterfell?
All right, so it was everything that we were waiting for, and it was even more. Arya and Jon meeting again brought tears to my eyes, but you know, Arya sticking up for Sansa. It was great. Speaking of Sansa, the meeting between her and Khaleesi was as frosty as we had ever expected, wasn't it?
Pretty chilly, and then Bran, just super emotionalist and just to the point. It's really such great acting. Him waiting all night at the same spot for Jaime Lannister was pretty epic, but I gotta tell you, JP, the biggest moment for me had to be Arya meeting Gendry. I mean, so many fans wanted them to end up together.
There's a lot of build-up for that. But knowing Game of Thrones, though, they probably won't, right? I mean, them flirting, it gave fans hope. But where does it go? I don't know. Also, Sam finding out that Daenerys killed his father and brother, that's a huge moment. That's something that my wife was kind of crazy about that specifically, so there you go.
Yeah, super dramatic. And what a way to show that Khaleesi is also flawed. I gotta give props to John Bradley, the actor who plays Sam. His acting in that scene alone, it deserves an Oscar, an Emmy, a Tony, all of it.
By the way, let's be real about it. That's part of the appeal for Game of Thrones. The acting and everything is top-notch.
Yeah.
These guys could be winning Oscars
All of it.
if this were on the big screen.
It's true.
Basically got almost all the reunions and reveals that we were hoping for in the first episode. So now it's time for the Game of Thrones writers to surprise us as we move forward. Almost surprising how many of those moments we saw right out of the gate.
What goes on through their minds? If I could just escape into their minds. Okay, the episode also sent Twitter into a frenzy. So let's talk about some of the tweets that we saw, the reactions that we saw all night long. They really got the show trending on social media. Let's start with one famous fan.
This is my favorite.
Our girl Chrissy Teigen shared this video on Twitter of her getting kicked out of John Legend's Game of Thrones watch party because she was, get this, you guys, she was talking too much. She did manage to pick the lock and get back in. And you can't stand that person who talks all the time. So Christy, you can't be that person.
It is totally understandable.
Yeah.
It's annoying. By the way, her tweets all night were amazing, talking about trying to find her passion to be as passionate about something as everyone is about Game of Thrones, but she's not really there for it. Meanwhile, Joe Jonas posted a picture of him dressed as Sansa Stark. There you go.
Love him.
Full commitment here.
Super fierce. I'm into the
Facial hair, kind of
I'm
rounding
into
it
the
out.
clothes, I'm into the pose.
In case you did not know, Joe is engaged to Sophie Turner, who plays Sansa on the show. So he had a little inside scoop on how to nail it. Super adorable.
Super duper cute. Another super fan was our boy, Anderson Cooper. He also got in on the act. He transformed into, yes, I mean, he went all in. He transformed into a White Walker, and he did some reporting on Game of Thrones behind the scenes. Wow, he looks pretty good.
That is unbelievable. He could be part of the show.
I know. The intensity in his eyes.
Imagine him like standing next to the Night King.
I think it would be pretty epic, yeah.
Purple
so
tongue.
good, yeah.
All right, guys, let's move on. Watch this. That was a quick clip from BTS's newest single, Boy With Love. They just performed on Saturday Night Live over the weekend. They served as the musical guest with the host, Emma Stone.
The host with the most. You guys, the K-pop craze is real, but I hesitate to even call it a craze. I think we're just catching up. BTS made history Saturday night as the first ever South Korean musical guest on SNL. So breaking all types of boundaries.
It's a really big deal to perform on SNL. It's
really
almost
is.
like the final sort of, I don't know, it's like the final stamp that they
Yeah.
are fully integrated into
Absolutely.
pop culture in the U.S. as well as everywhere else around the world.
They're a big deal. They performed their newest single, Boy With Love, which came out the Friday before their appearance, followed by their 2017 hit, Mic Drop. And of course, Twitter went crazy following their performance. No surprise there.
The hashtag BTS SNL was the top trend worldwide on Twitter. Take a look at what Twitter had to say. One person saying in part, "So happy, so proud. Thank you, BTS, for always giving us the best performance." Here's the next tweet. Me having never heard BTS perform before. Oh, I get it now. Proceed to buy all the songs and watch all the YouTube videos. I think a lot of people, that's a cool thing as well about being on SNL.
Yeah.
Whole new fans and new audience members kind of grab onto the
Absolutely.
craze.
My mom was watching SNL. She is
Oh, yeah?
now BTS Army for life. Also, another person who's getting into a Tonight Show host and SNL vet, Jimmy Fallon. He also reacted on Twitter. He's super into it as well. He's into BTS. He's even naming all the groups. I love it.
Getting a little nauseous.
Getting a little nauseous watching that, right? So talk about iconic BTS. And I just love how iconic, you know, they are. Just like you were saying, getting embraced into the pop culture lexicon.
Also, I love any pop group would be envious and would love to have fans as dedicated as BTS fans. They're incredible. When they were here, we got so much response from the fans. K-pop taking over the industry. We are not mad about this.
I'm not mad about it at all. Hashtag here for it. So let's talk about Boy With Love. It already has over 130 million views on YouTube. The song features Halsey, and it was announced this weekend that BTS and Halsey will perform together at this year's Billboard Music Awards. I think that's going to crash YouTube. That's going to be the thing that just shuts it down.
It'll end up being the most anticipated performance of the night for sure. Probably the most tweeted about and everything else. Think about this. Who else should BTS collab with? I would imagine. I mean, you think about like Ariana Grande, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce. I think big stars are probably lining up to collaborate with them.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like the next hot thing. Anyway, you can tweet us using the hashtag #PeopleNow. Who do you think should collaborate? All right, let's move on to this. Lori Loughlin and her husband, Massimo Giannulli, they are pleading not guilty in charges stemming from that college admissions scandal. According to court documents filed on Monday in Boston federal court, Loughlin and her husband are waiving their right to appear in court for an arraignment. They are pleading not guilty. It's not known whether a judge will accept the request or require Loughlin to show up in person to enter her plea.
That's right. So a source close to the actress recently told People that Loughlin was very concerned about what a guilty plea would do to her daughters. Now, according to prosecutors, Loughlin allegedly wanted her daughters to get into the University of Southern California so badly that she and her husband paid approximately $500,000 in bribes to falsely designate their daughters as recruits to the USC crew team, despite the fact that they did not participate in crew. The source also added that Loughlin didn't want to take a deal because she didn't see it as being a legal violation. The source continued, quote, she felt that she hadn't done anything that any mom wouldn't have done if they had the means to do so.
Interesting. On April 9th, Loughlin and Giannulli were among 16 parents indicted on additional felony charges of money laundering conspiracy. This came less than a month after the U.S. Attorney's Office in Massachusetts announced it had charged 50 people, including Loughlin and fellow actress Felicity Huffman, in that cheating scandal.
That's right. These two actresses, along with coaches, admissions counselors, and other parents were accused of such alleged crimes as falsifying SAT scores and lying about the athletic skills of their children.
Federal prosecutors confirmed last week that Huffman and more than 10 other defendants had agreed to plead guilty. In a statement released the same day, Huffman said she was, quote, in full acceptance of my guilt and with deep regret and shame over what I have done, I accept full responsibility for my actions. That was her quote. All right, guys, coming up, Jackie Evancho joins us live on the heels of releasing a brand new album that will get you excited for Broadway. This is really cool stuff. She's going to tell us about it. Plus, the parents of the girl who mistakenly thought she was getting into an Uber and then was tragically killed, they are speaking out with some very important information to prevent another tragedy like this. Stick around for that.
I knew it was in me. No. Did I know it was going to be this week? No. But I had a good feeling that the way I was shaping the golf ball that I was going to be in the mix. Now, being in the mix and winning a championship is two totally different things. The last two major championships, yeah, I was in the mix, but I didn't win.
Tiger Woods is the definition of a comeback.
Absolutely.
After 4 days of play at the Augusta National Golf Club, he secured the coveted green jacket. Woods scored 13 under par at the Masters tournament on Sunday to take home the win, besting the competition that included Rory McIlroy and Phil Mickelson.
This is a big deal. It blew up social media. It's Tiger's first major win in 11 years, his 5th green jacket. Now he's just one short of tying retired player Jack Nicklaus for most Masters wins of all time. After sinking that winning putt, he was greeted for a hug by his son. Here's what Tiger had to say about sharing that sweet moment with his family.
Surreal. You know, I did the same thing to my dad, and now I'm the dad with my son doing the same thing. So it's amazing how life evolves. It changes. That was 22 years ago when my dad was there. And then now my son's there, my daughter was there, my mom's there. My mom was there 22 years ago.
You can feel the emotions emanating from that image.
Yeah, and it's just so great that he's had this huge career, 11 years, and now he's back, just on the throne, doing his thing.
And his son is just looking at him like, Daddy, you know?
It's a whole new version.
It's a whole new version. And speaking of surreal moments, the great Jack Nicklaus posted a congratulations on Twitter for Tiger, saying, quote, "I am so happy for him and the game of golf. This is just fantastic." Another person who tweeted was the one and only former President Barack Obama. He also posted about the win, writing in part, quote, "To come back and win the Masters after all of the highs and the lows is a testament to excellence, grit, and determination." Wow, Jeremy, talk about high praise.
Definitely.
There.
And tennis champion Serena Williams said on Twitter that she was in tears watching her friend triumph after a long roller coaster of a journey. An athlete like her, she knows what it takes. Right?
That's right, but no one was more supportive than Michael Phelps, who was right behind Tiger, cheering him on. Twitter obviously went wild seeing him support Tiger, with one fan writing, "Two of the greatest athletes of all time and one picture."
Meanwhile, this fan pointed out that Phelps seemed to want the shot to go in almost as badly as Tiger did. Like he's almost whispering advice.
Yeah.
Look how intensely that he's watching there. You can definitely tell, similar to Serena, Phelps is a professional athlete. He also knows what's at stake here and can really get into the passion of the moment. I love that.
Right, I love that too. I wonder what are you saying? There was so many more posts like this that were congratulating the golf legend. And I gotta tell you guys, we were just so excited to see him back in the game of golf and at the top of his game.
University of South Carolina college student Samantha Josephson had her whole life in front of her before she was tragically murdered after getting into a car that she mistook for an Uber. The 21-year-old student will be awarded a posthumous degree in May. Her parents will be attending that graduation to honor her. Marcy and Seymour Josephson join us now. Thank you both for being here.
Absolutely.
And we're so sorry for your loss.
Our deepest and most sincere condolences to your entire family. How are you guys coping?
As well as you can be expected.
Absolutely.
It's the hardest thing that we've ever done. I've had to go through.
Yeah.
What do you look to for strength in a time like this?
Each other, friends, family.
As Marcy said, it's each other, but we have such a great network of friends and family that has been around us and supported us from the moment that we heard that she was missing to everything. We had 3 relatives fly down, 3 of our best friends fly down. Her sister came up from Atlanta. So the network and that immediately was incredible. It's still incredible. University of South Carolina.
The township,
Our
strangers, everyone.
Obviously, this story has grabbed headlines across the country. Any parent, obviously, that's so heart-wrenching to imagine, and anyone that uses Uber can imagine this type of thing happening. You guys are now doing your part, Uber, Lyft, any rideshare at all. You're doing your part now to try to affect change when it comes to these things. In the wake of Samantha's death, the South Carolina House passed a bill called Samantha L. Josephson Ride-Sharing Safety Act. It requires the rideshare vehicles to place illuminated signs in the windows. That's a wonderful thing, obviously, moving in a direction of more safety.
Correct.
What was your involvement in that, and what do you make of that as it moves forward?
So our involvement was, we didn't know anything even about it until they announced it. And then I know New York is doing something similar. Jersey City is as well. North Carolina now. They've all been involved in doing that. We haven't had anything to do with that. We actually have been in contact with our local congressman. And he reached out to us with a letter. Then I contacted him. And it's really, for us, it's nice for the states, but it's really about federal,
Yeah.
right? What can we do federally to create a law around the rideshare industry? Because there is nothing, right? There's nothing there today. And for us, that's, as you said, it's a nice start. It is. It's great. Everybody's reacting, but we need to keep going. We need to build upon that.
A long-term vision.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and you know, they started writing something, and they didn't want to do anything until they spoke to us, the chief of staff and some other folks within for the congressman. And when we started speaking to them, it really, they actually changed. So they were talking about the illumination of the sign. They were talking about some other things, and then there's really some 3 key things that for us that is important. And one of them is that there are 19 states that do not have a front license plate on them, right? So if you're in South Carolina, you're waiting for a car to pull up, you don't know what it is.
It's harder to match with what's on your
Right.
You're not the right car.
You're right. I mean, listen, I've taken Ubers how many times? I don't go in the back of the car and look at the license plate. So for me, I'm not saying let's pass a federal law that all cars must have it, but if you're going to be in the ride share program, then an Uber or Lyft, make that a mandate.
Front
Put
license
that-
plate, right.
Front license plate, right? Now you see it coming up.
Sure.
Another really key thing for me, and the technology's out there, it's being used today, and it's having a QR code, right? Some kind of bar on the back of the window of the driver's side and the passenger side. I have my phone,
Scan it.
it turns green, that's my ride.
Right, makes sense.
Turns
If it's
red.
red, it's not my ride.
Right.
And then another safety thing is, and it's all out there, it's open the door and you ask, what's my name?
Yeah.
It's a confirmation. These are all steps that need to happen, and there's not one thing that's to all be, right? But I think that QR code, that barcode, and the front license plate, it's really,
Simple
It makes
technology
sense.
that they
it's
can
out there.
build. Yeah.
And if you have a stranger that's going to try and, scoop up someone, they're not going to be able to. 'Cause
Right.
They're not
Yeah,
going to match.
preventative steps that could really enact change.
And it would also
Absolutely.
help the Uber driver so
Sure.
that
They know
they're
who
safe
they're
too.
picking up. Absolutely. So the What's My Name initiative, I think that was really interesting as well. Why is it essential to ask that before?
so when you open a car, you just get in, right? It's really about making sure that they know who they're picking up and who they're, because it's already on their phone.
Right.
It's on my phone saying it's Bob, it's whoever, it's in a black car. But they, you want to confirm that. It's a two-way street.
If Samantha asked him what her name was, he wouldn't have no
He has
idea,
no
and
idea.
she wouldn't have gotten
So
in.
this is where it all started for us. It's really about the mistaken identity of an Uber car, right? He was impersonating an Uber. That's where it all started, and that's where everything then leads to the other parts of the safety. That car was not identified, had nothing on there that we know if it was an Uber. He was impersonating it, said a black car. She was supposed to get into a black car.
And honestly, Samantha, and same as myself, I don't know the difference between
Chevy Impala.
and
A lot
a
of
Tesla
us,
car.
yeah.
In the
Sure,
moment,
it's a
how many of
mistake.
us have had that type of a moment where we could have easily gotten it? It's just such an understandable moment, and these steps would really help. Along with that, the What's My Name initiative, you also have Remember Hers. Tell us a little bit about what that initiative is all about.
I think when we started talking about it, it was when I made my impact statement, just because I wanted the person to know her name, because her life was so meaningful to us and didn't mean anything to him. So I think I was just stressing her name.
He didn't care about her.
It could have been anyone.
And on that note, we have now, obviously, unfortunately for us, have gotten to know your daughter through the headlines and these horrific headlines. What is it about the person that she was that you hope people can remember her for?
She was funny. She was such a hard worker. If she wanted something, she put her mind to it and she got it. She was caring, kind. Everyone thought she was her best friend.
I think that, to me, is really all about her. I think that says it all, is that you look at the vigils in South Carolina and Robbinsville, every single kid that got up said, she was my best friend. She lit up the room when she walked in. I mean, to me, that speaks volumes about her. She was my best friend. Both of my kids, we have an older daughter that's 20 months apart. both of our kids to us are our best friends. So, you know, there's 12 kids that got up in Robbinsville. Like, it's amazing. You know, it's the same thing in South Carolina. She made that type of impact on somebody. And I remember when I stood up in South Carolina, and I said, everybody that knew Samantha, had contact with Samantha, please raise your hand. And there was probably 1,000 people there. A great number did, but there was a great number that didn't know. So to me, that's even impactful because that means the impact that she made to others that were friends and that they talked about. So to me, that tells me as well as the type of person.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for sharing. I know this is incredibly tough, and our thoughts and prayers are definitely with you.
We're also going to ask about your other daughter. How's she doing?
Yeah, she's still in school, so she's in a pretty intense program, and she's just kind of getting through each day right now. It really hasn't hit any of us to the extent that I think it will in the coming weeks. For me, I feel like she's still at college, and it's not time to come home yet.
And for me, I keep waiting for her to walk through the door.
So.
Well, we really appreciate your strength and shedding light on these new initiatives that will hopefully prevent this kind of thing from happening ever again. Guys, you can search the hashtag What's My Name to find out more about that initiative, and remember to always ask your rideshare driver, what's my name, to ensure that you're getting into the right car. Also, make sure you check out and confirm the car's make, the model, the license plate, all of those things, super important. Marcy Seymour, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Anna Faris. When I'm not making a fool of myself in movies, I'm pondering life's biggest questions. Like, what would you do for a Klondike bar? So I decided to go undercover to find out.
There you go, Anna Faris dressing up and surprising unsuspecting people with that age-old question, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Yeah, her new campaign launches today, and we caught up with Anna behind the scenes to get the lowdown, and it turns out the whole thing is kind of stressing her out.
It has been so much more terrifying than I ever expected for me. The people I think are mostly, I think they're really happy because they get a bunch of Klondike bars, but I'm just like, did I do that? Did they, like, I'm not sure I sold that well, or like, how do I, it's been like, I think that people think that actors are good liars, but maybe I'm not a good actor or a good liar.
We place ads on people, human beings. So today I am excited to share a huge opportunity for all of you for a new client, Klondike. We are offering your family a lifetime supply of Klondike bars simply for the naming rights to your baby. If you name your baby Klondike, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
That is hilarious. Okay, so you can watch the rest of that very funny spot and Anna's other videos on KlondikeBar.com or Klondike's YouTube channel.
And while we were on the topic of Anna playing different characters, we had to know if her 6-year-old son, Jack, who she shares with her ex-husband, Chris Pratt, has seen any of her projects. Take a look.
I think he's had such an awareness of both his parents being in Hollywood and sort of that he's not impressed, which is annoying. And I also think that, can I confess mother to mother? Sometimes you just want to put them in front of a movie so you can go do something. You know what I'm saying. She's a hottie right now. Yeah. So it's like, oh, watch my own movie. Go on now. 6 is such a perfect age. It's like their voices haven't changed, and they're funny. They're having awareness. He wants to be independent. He wants to be cool, but he's still like that snuggly kid. He crawls into bed with me every night, and he's like, you know, it's that precious time that I know is going to disappear, and then he'll be stinky and sweaty, and I'll be like, when was the last time you showered? Why are the sheets sticky?
We also spoke about her podcast, Anna Faris is Unqualified, which she told us has been a wonderful surprise in her life.
I think the idea of protecting your heart and, you know, that you can't, I know it sounds so lofty and weird, but I guess that you can't really love fully until you feel fully loved. And that should be protected, that if you feel a sense of neediness in yourself and someone's not giving you what you want or need, then it's, you know, it's time to question things, I suppose. But, oh look, they're coming for me. Here they come. Sorry, guys. Interview's over.
All right, that was a very quick listen to Burn. It's a song off Jackie Evancho's new album titled The Debut. It's out now, and we are joined by Jackie here live in our studio. Welcome.
Hi.
Great to see you.
Great to be here.
We were just talking before. We're loving the look.
The whole look, the hair, everything, the jeans. Yes.
Whole new you.
Working.
Just released the album Friday. What's the reaction been like?
Only support. A lot of fans are loving the new sounds that I found on this album. And I am just really enjoying it. It's
good for you.
It's always a good sign when the fans are into it. So now this album is a collection of great Broadway songs. How did you select which songs to put on the album?
Well, it was kind of a tedious process. I went through so many different shows and soundtracks, and I really researched the characters, the plots, the songs, and whichever song really kind of hit me like in the heart.
Right.
That's the one I was like, I'd love to put my twist to it. It's the most inspiring wins is pretty much.
Well, let's talk about that would be really fun. But also a huge challenge, right? A lot of people are familiar with these songs, so you run the risk of like, how do you put a twist on it that's yours without losing the essence of the song? True. What was your attitude about that, kind of adding your own spark?
For me personally, I was not too afraid to add my own spark because I either way wanted to respect the song, but at the same time, I did want to be an individual artist and show my own personal creativity. And I think that most people would be able to respect that, so I wasn't too afraid of the criticism.
What's the tweak that you love the most on one of the songs? Is there one that stands out to you? Something that you kind of gave your own new little riff, new little arrangement on the bridge?
She's thinking, yeah.
On the spot.
Putting her on the spot.
Hard to choose one.
Which one?
She used to be, not she used to be mine. I'm Not That Girl from
okay.
Wicked. Yes, because that song is very, very uppity Broadway-esque, and I decided to kind of slow it down to a poppy ballad. So that's the one that sounds most different to me.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I love that. That sounds great.
I love that too. So now, when you turned 18, you posted about finding your freedom after childhood fame. How do we see that playing into this new album?
I guess now that I found my freedom, a lot of my artistic opinions are listened to and actually acted upon, and you get to see a lot more of who I am as a creative individual. Which is just so rewarding because it's why I do what I do.
So now you're the boss.
I am the boss.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, when you open up about everything you've been through, right? That puts it out there for the public. But has that helped you in terms of maybe growing and almost therapeutically when you reveal more about yourself, you can move on from it? Is that?
For me personally, especially with what I revealed, it hasn't really helped and I still struggle with it, but it does feel great to have that weight lifted off my shoulders in terms of if I have a hard time with it more than usual, I can tell my fans, hey, just so you know, I'm having a hard time, so, you know, bear with me.
Yeah.
Right. People get inspired when they see celebrities.
And what does help you? Are there any specific things that do kind of help you? If you know the revelation of it maybe doesn't do it, but are maybe other things?
Honestly, right now, I'm still trying to find it.
Yeah.
But so far, what holds me there is just family and support and just keeping my eyes on my future.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So you've been really open. Let's talk about those struggles for a minute. You've been open about your struggles with your eating disorder. What would you tell your younger self about that, about moving through it?
I guess I would tell my younger self to listen to your family more and to speak up about how you feel more. Because I'm a very closed off person and I didn't like to communicate all that stuff that was buried in there. And once I started to do it, it was kind of surprising to my family and they didn't know what to do with the information. And so they kind of just thought on it a bit too long.
And you look at a thing like this, we're all in process, right? Like even if you haven't mastered something, we're in process. A lot of people look up to you, young girls, fans of yours look up to you, maybe going through similar things. What would your piece of advice be for them?
My piece of advice would be that I mean, you can go that route or you can be healthy and happy, but either way, it'll end the same. You'll end up going through treatments and getting support and finding out the people that really do love you and really do care about you. So be one of those people that care about you and love you.
Yeah, lean into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so switching to gears a little bit here, the last time you joined us, your sister Juliet was here.
Yes.
How is she doing, and how does she think about what is she thinking about this new album?
I haven't seen her in so long.
Really?
I'm gonna be honest, since I moved to New York, and she's still in Pittsburgh right now. So, and she also doesn't live at home anymore.
Oh, she's in the big world.
Yeah, she is. So when she decides to stop by, I think she's proud of me. I think she is.
Yeah.
But we mainly talk about boys and makeup when we see each other. So
Any plans in the books to see each other or anything coming up?
yeah, actually, I go home soon, very
great.
soon.
Nice.
Yes.
Going to back to Pittsburgh?
Yes.
For the birthday party?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's get to know you a little better, okay? We want to get to know the newly debuted Jackie Evancho more. We're going to have you spin our People Now wheel.
Oh, here it
to get
is.
either
Look
easy
at
or
this
hard
wheel.
questions to answer. Are you ready for this crazy game?
I think.
So
You're ready, Jackie.
So basically, what you do, you spin it.
Yes.
It lands on easy or hard, and then we give you a corresponding question. It's very simple.
Okay.
All right, Jackie Evancho, here we go. Spin.
Here we go.
Which direction?
Either way.
Anyway.
Anyway, okay.
Anyway.
And we landed on, hard question. All right, here we go. If you could star in any Broadway musical, what would it be and which character?
You thought that was hard.
If that's as hard as I get, you're in good shape.
Obviously, the Phantom of the Opera is Christine.
Oh, no question.
That's my muse.
I thought you were going Wicked.
No, Phantom all the way.
Okay, all right. Surprise me.
Give it another spin. Here we go. Where are we landing? Let's see. Oh.
Back, wait, is it just predetermined?
I swear it is.
Well.
We'll always land on that spot.
Okay, so here's the question, Jackie. Who is your hero and why?
That's a little harder.
I know, it's a little harder, right?
I have so many heroes.
If you just had to pick one, the person who inspires you the most.
I guess maybe my mom.
Oh, mom's
My mom,
heroes.
yeah, because she's very sick, and at the same time, because she has Lyme's disease, and it really knocks her out sometimes. And at the same time, she finds a way to be present and to be supportive and to help like lift us, all of my siblings and I, to get to what we want in life.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Have you also found ways to help support her through it? I know you're very busy as well, so it's kind of probably both ways, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, I always tell her that no matter what, if it were an emergency, I would cancel the concert, fly home, and take care of her myself. That's just the kind of person I am. So I do try to help her. I try to make her life easier, help her with work around the house when I'm there. I just do what I can.
Difference,
Yeah.
All right, we have
All
time
right,
for one more. Yeah.
Should we spin it one more time?
Maybe we'll get an easy one. We'll find out.
Probably not.
Pulling for an easy. Pulling for an easy.
If it lands on that same red.
Another hard one. Let's see. What is
Oh,
it?
easy. Do I got it this time?
Well, yes, you got it.
Okay,
you want me to get it?
let's do this one. The singer that you would love to collaborate with.
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Lady
Why
Gaga.
Lady Gaga? I mean, as if it needs an explanation. Something
She's
specific?
Lady Gaga, yeah.
Well, because I've loved her since before her shallow days.
Okay.
And I absolutely love the kind of artist she is. She's like what I want to be, no limits. Whatever my heart says, that's what I want to do. That's her like thing, and I really respect that.
And we respect
Perfect.
that as well. Jackie, thank you so much for being here today. Guys, make sure to check out Jackie's album, They Debut. It's out right now.
All right, guys, True Thompson celebrated her first birthday over the weekend. Safe to say that Khloé Kardashian went all out for this event. It was huge.
It really was. True turned 1 on April 12th, and the family threw her a huge birthday bash on Sunday.
So Khloé and True stunned in matching mommy and me outfits for the party. They wore powder blue dresses with matching light jackets. It's super adorable. There we go.
Oh my God, how cute is that? Mommy and me moment. Let's talk about the decor for a second. It was totally unreal. Yes, we had unicorns, and so the ponies dressed up as as unicorns as well, but still, you get the idea
My
there.
girls would have.
How cute is
their
that?
minds would have been blown with the
Oh my
unicorns.
God.
Balloons, bubble machines, butterflies, all created a super springy theme for the Tots' first birthday that she, by the way, will not even remember.
Exactly. Oh, it's all about the photos. They look so good. Tristan Thompson also attended the party, which was the first time that we've seen them publicly since they've reunited since the alleged cheating scandal with Jordyn Woods.
We know that, of course. And he posted a video on his Instagram at the party, cuddling up with the birthday girl. Watch this.
Whose birthday is it?
Baby True.
Chewy. Happy birthday, baby.
Oh, you put the jewels? I know, right? You deserve all the jewels.
Oh, let me see your ice. She's
Look at that
iced
drip.
out. Trippy. Happy birthday.
Hey, man.
Wow.
goodness.
She is iced out. She is iced out just like her daddy.
Earrings,
That's where she
necklace,
gets it
bracelet,
from.
whole thing.
Yes.
Khloé showed off the epic party on her Instagram story and captured everything from the decorations to the sweet treats and that whole party. It was decked out with butterfly decorations, cotton candy vendors, tons of pastel colored balloons. I mean, my kid's birthday was at Chuck E. Cheese. This is making me feel terrible.
This is major. Okay, so also in attendance, we had Kylie and Kim and Courtney. True's cousins were also there. North and Chicago West were also there. So was a little Stormy. She made an appearance.
Everybody's
as well.
there showing up. Well, of course, for a party like this.
Of course,
you're
but the
gonna
only
turn out.
person, unfortunately, who didn't make it was Auntie Kendall Jenner. She was spotted at the Coachella Music Festival this weekend.
Yeah, Kim posted an Instagram story of daughter North at the party wearing her high heels. She mentioned that her 5.5-year-old would not leave the house unless she could wear those shoes. That was her thing, and I know exactly how that is. Once it's in the head,
And
I'm wearing them or else.
And you have to keep, pushing them forward. I do love the way that she's rocking those heels. She's wearing them better than I ever possibly could. Khloé revealed in an Instagram story that they would not be accepting presents for True's birthday. So what they're doing is really cool. Instead, they're asking that everybody bring a gift for the Children's Hospital of LA.
I like that, yeah.
That is so thoughtful, JP. And happy birthday, baby True.
Way too much for me. Way too much for me.
Clip there from Justin Roberts' new song "Way Too Much," featuring Jordyn Woods and Sophia Jamora. Here today to talk about it is Justin Roberts himself. Thank you for being here, man. It's good to see you.
Welcome to People
you.
Now.
What's up,
Yeah.
Denim? Love
Here we go.
Love
Here
the
we go.
music.
Into it.
Let's talk about this. Playing like the life-size dolls. Whose idea was it? Is this something that you're in the collaborating room?
Yes.
Okay.
So we came up with the idea of like these dolls trying to escape this toy factory. It kind of, represents the song Way Too Much. It's like just way too much. Everything's way too much, and we got to get out of this toy factory because it's way too much for our lives.
Let me ask you this, as a much older than you fanboy of boy bands back in the day, any inspiration from NSYNC? I don't know if you remember their music video. Remember with
Bye, Bye, Bye?
They were they were
the
like the
plastic
dolls.
thing. Yeah, it's gonna be me.
They came out of the boxes. Anyway, no.
No,
I'm
Justin
talking-
is like, no,
I'm so
no.
old. I'm
It's okay.
so tragically
You're still
old.
hip, though. You're still hip. Speaking of hip, Jordyn Woods is also featured in the music video.
Yep, she is.
How did you get in touch with her?
One of my friends showed her the song, and she liked it so much that she wanted to be in the music video. I was like, of course.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a huge compliment, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a hot song, so I understand
Yeah.
why she wanted to be on it. Now, what was she like on set? Was it chill vibes? Was she high energy? What was she like?
Yeah, she was cool. She was chill. She was fun to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing her thing there. We're kind of seeing the video. A lot of talk, obviously, about Jordyn Woods. You know this. We talk a lot about it. We're tracking along with all the drama and everything. How's she doing right now? Did she
good.
open up about any of that to you? And like,
No. We were just on the music video having fun.
were you shooting that before all of the drama broke out, or was that after?
It was after.
It was sometime after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because she switched the hair, right?
Right, yeah,
She
yeah.
had the different hair in the video.
Yeah.
Well, she
Anyway.
looked great. It was a really
Well,
good
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
And now, I feel like, look, you're doing awesome things, and now she's bringing this whole other level of attention to the video and everything else. So it's
Yeah.
gotta be a nice place to be.
It's good.
All thumbs up. All right, so Justin, let's switch gears here for a second. You just took an epic trip to Dubai.
I did.
I didn't experience Dubai the same way that you did. So if I was visiting there for the first time, what would you recommend for me to go to?
They're
Yeah.
everywhere. Like, everywhere is so cool. Like, the Burj Khalifa, you gotta go to the top. The thing is sick. It gets so skinny.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
wait, so it gets so skinny at the top. That was your highlight?
What's the highest, right?
Yeah.
It's the highest building in the world. And
That's right.
I was like, yo. It was so tall. I mean, the food's really good there. The people are cool. My fans are amazing out there.
Yeah, did you bump into a lot of your fans while you were out there?
So many fans. We shut down the Emirates Mall. crazy.
I mean, look, for you, from your perspective, grew up in Florida, now you're in Beverly Hills, you've got this huge platform. Does it blow your mind a little bit to think about like the younger version of yourself hanging out in Jupiter, Florida? Jupiter, right?
Yeah.
That you can go to Dubai and people are filling up a mall to see you. I mean, that's got to be a little
that's
surreal.
Yeah, I would never expect that.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You have this hit YouTube show, Work in Progress. What does it mean to be a work in progress to you? Who are you now that you didn't used to be? What are the goals? Looking ahead.
So yeah, Work in Progress was a show about my life and, you know, a work in progress. I wrote it was an outline, and it was all improv. So I just hand scripts out. It would be outlined, and then we just improv from there.
Wow, so you find yourself being really good on improv? Because improv is really hard. If you have a script, I think it's a little bit better.
I prefer improv.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Just need to know where you're getting and however you get there.
Yeah, I like to, you know, throw in some comments that I'd probably say.
Here's a question for you. So you've got the acting stuff, you've got the music stuff. If it's sort of like the dream board for you, what's the passion that you want to really pursue next? More acting or more music?
More music this year. I want to pursue that a lot. It's a passion of mine. So I have a lot of songs in the bag that people haven't even heard yet that are bangers.
And they're already done.
Tell us about them, yeah.
They're all done. So I have like 5. I probably have, a handful of them.
Any video shot for them?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
Well, we can't wait for the bangers. The new album coming out soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Maybe. I mean, that's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're here for it. Okay. So, Justin, we have a clip for the season finale of Work in Progress where we'll get to witness a fight amongst influencers. Oh, Jesus, right. Let's take a look at it.
How do you want to do this, Cerny?
Oh my God.
Influencer fight!
Whoa.
It's intense. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Got some stunt work going on here. Either that or some people got seriously injured. Love it. All right, let's keep the interview rolling on here. We got a little game. You know about this.
Yeah, we're gonna play a little game. Are you ready for it, Justin? Little game of fish
and dish, everybody.
Yeah. Now, so here's how it's gonna work. If you reel in a purple fish, you have to answer a career question. A red fish means your love life. A yellow fish, those are miscellaneous. Orange fish are for party questions. And green means you get to ask us a question.
You ready
Justin,
for
my
this?
friend, are you ready?
I'm scared.
Are you
Don't
a
be
fisherman?
scared,
A man from
no.
Florida. I feel
Here
like
we
you've
go.
fished a day or two in your life. Yes?
Yes, I have.
All right, here we go. Hit the music. It's going. And hit the thing.
The
Here we
thing,
go.
yeah.
What's he going for,
I'm
guys?
going for green, man. I need that. I need that. You guys to
Keep on fishing. Let's see how they do it in Jupiter.
What does yellow mean?
I don't remember. Let's see. We'll just find out.
Miscellaneous, that's what it means.
Oh
We got the guide right up
Yep.
here. Woo! Oh,
There
here we
you
go.
Yay!
All right. Miscellaneous. Here we go. I'm gonna turn it off. You want to ask the first question?
All
You got it?
right.
I'll do it. Who's your
Okay,
favorite
go for it.
YouTube star? You can't say yourself, other than you.
Ooh, David Dobrik.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's funny.
Why do you love him?
Because it's short content, it gets to the point, it's funny. I can watch it and not have to skip through. It's good.
Boom.
All right,
Let's
nice.
keep it
Next
going.
question, let's go.
Question edition. I'm nervous about what you're targeting next. We got
Let's
a vibe
see
for it.
what
Okay.
is gonna be.
Dive them down now. What does purple mean?
Purple means
career.
Career, yes.
Red is love life. That's where we probably want to go, right?
Yes. Get the purple, you got it.
Oh my.
This is really challenging.
There you
There we go.
Perfect.
Purple.
Let's turn it off. All right. This is for love. All right. So
Oh,
who's?
okay, yeah, we'll say it's love.
Yep. Oh, it wasn't.
It's career,
It's
but
career.
whatever.
Okay. All right. We'll stick with career. What's your number one advice for people interested in starting a YouTube channel?
What's my number one advice,
Yeah.
you say?
Yep.
Stay consistent, make original content. I mean, that's kind of boring, but that's really the truth. You got to stick to it. You can't just take breaks and then keep going and making YouTube videos randomly. You got to stick to a schedule.
Got to commit. You got to do it. Thank you for being here, sir. Unfortunately, we're out of time. We didn't get to the love life. We'll do that next time. Guys, check out Justin's music video, Way Too Much. It's available on YouTube now, as well as all 15 episodes of Work in Progress. Check that out as well.
That's right. So last night was the premiere of the highly anticipated final season of Game of Thrones. So we've been asking you if the big event lived up to your expectations. Let's take a look at the results.
We're gonna
Let's see what people
Justin,
are
I
saying.
don't know if
But yeah, if you're into
loved
it,
it. Are you-
69%. That's pretty good.
Are you a Game of Thrones guy?
I've never seen it.
You've never seen it?
All
right.
We'll binge watch it.
What's
What's
your-
your favorite show? Yeah, what do you like to watch?
I like Curb Your Enthusiasm and Seinfeld.
Oh, good. You throwback. Oh, you know
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Not in sync, but Seinfeld.
Good
That's
taste
okay.
there. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man, for being here, and thanks for weighing in on all that. Guys, we'll be back with another question of the day tomorrow. Tune in for that. And coming up tomorrow as well, Andy Grammer's here talking all about his new single, Don't Give Up on Me, from the tear-jerking movie 5 Feet Apart with Cole Sprouse and Haley Lou Richardson.
Yeah, you don't want to miss that. Plus, we have even more from Superstore star Lauren Ash. She's going to play a little game that you don't want to miss. Thank you guys so much for watching. And for now, we leave you with one last thing from Gendry himself, Game of Thrones star Joe Dempsey.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Joe Dempsey, and this is One Last Thing. The last movie I saw at the cinema was Captain Marvel.
You were reborn.
The last song stuck in my head, weirdly, so from the Game of Thrones post-premiere party, the DJ played this strange sort of EDM remix of Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. Can't get it out of my head. My last big splurge. I have a strange hobby, and that's collecting old soccer shirts. I bought an old one from the 90s, a Scotland training top. This will mean nothing to any of you guys.